Am I live, ladies and gentlemen? Am I finally live this time? I am actually live. Holy motherfucking hell. Okay, I am actually live this time. I'm so sorry, guys. 3 minutes into the game, Wimbledon versus Crewe Alexandra, and okay, let me pull up the lineups real quick, and then let me start this little countdown thingy here, or count up, I should say, actually. So let's see, count up. Oh, 30, 03, 46. Okay. Alright. We good. We good. Text. There we go. We're good. Okay, so we're good now. AFC Wimbledon versus Crewe Alexandra. We are 4 minutes into the game. And we are coming off a very solid performance against Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. And a couple things I noticed from that game. For one, I didn't notice this until after the game. Sunderland didn't have their best lineup thrown out there because of COVID. And unfortunately, EFL let the game play out. I kind of feel bad for the Sunderland fans in that respect. But they still had their moments. And they still, they weren't good enough, honestly. On paper, they still had a better side than Wimbledon, I'd say. But, oh shit, the 1-2 played out wide for Crewe. Okay, well defended there by Daniel Chaka. That was a little scary. But anyway, Sunderland, they had a good side still, but they weren't dangerous enough. They didn't create enough chances. But that could be a testament to how well the Wimbledon defended, and they did defend well. Which leads into my next point. They played a 5-4-1 instead of a 3-5-2 like they usually play. And that actually helped them with their defensive shape. Usually Wimbledon, they will create, a couple of they will allow the other team to create a couple of, very good chances because of their defensive shape. 3-5-2, usually they have Seddon and McLaughlin play, very high on the offensive front. But sometimes they get caught out. Instead, they had Jack Radoni and Ryan Longman playing out in the midfield alongside the back five. And they created a lot of chances as well offensively, especially Ryan Longman. That man was on fire that day. And I'd say Ryan Longman actually does play very well out wide. Instead, they're going to play a 3-5-2 once again today against Crewe. I feel like the 5-4-1 was just a situational play because Sunderland, I guess, were very potent offensively, so they didn't want to get caught out too much with that 3-5-2. But they're going to play the 3-5-2 once again with McLaughlin and sending out wide. Ryan Longman is going to play in the striking position, but I would honestly like to see Ryan Longman playing a little bit more of a winger, kind of like a winger striker hybrid. As I say this, Crewe Alexandra had the ball out wide. It was a long ball that was kind of played. Nobody got on the end of that one, but luckily someone got on the end of the block there. Crewe Alexandra still possessing the ball right now. But yeah, I kind of want to see Ryan Longman play a little bit wider, even though he is playing as a striker right now. I kind of want to see Piggott play central, kind of have them shift left to right, if that makes any sense. Both Piggott and Longman kind of shifting a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see. 3-5-2 being played once again. Anyway, yeah. So the first 7 minutes of the game, I haven't talked about the game too much because I've just kind of... Okay. Piggott gives the ball away. Tried to find that through ball to Longman, but him and Longman weren't on the same page there. They weren't on the same boat, unfortunately. Anyway, good old waking up at 7 a.m. to watch this game. Pacific time zone, unfortunately not the best. See, if I were to live in the East Coast, I could wake up at, 8:30, have some breakfast, and move forward. But I woke up 5 minutes before the game. I probably should have woken up, a little bit earlier to try to make sure I had this stream set up. But it was not set up properly. Sorry, guys. Also, my timer app just decided to glitch out, so I guess I don't have the timer right now. Okay. Oh, that was a decent build up there from Wimbledon, but okay, they still have it. Never mind. Okay, timer's good. I should not have any more technical difficulties. Good defending there from Daniel Chaka, but they still keep the ball. Okay. And where's Rodoni playing? Nice chest touch there from McLaughlin. Rodoni right now is playing as a left center mid. And I want to see how he plays there, because he has not played left center mid at all throughout the season. He's usually either played as striker or as the outside mid, as we saw against Sunderland last time out. So Callum Riley's playing center midfield. Alex Woodyard and Jack Rodoni playing in the center, the center midfield roles alongside him. Usually we would see Anthony Hartigan playing that center midfield role, and then we would see Riley and Woodyard alongside him. I haven't seen Anthony Hartigan starting recently, at least. I think that could be a testament to how well Jack Rodoni has been playing as of late. In my previous streams and reaction videos, I mentioned how Rodoni didn't really make too much of a mark whenever he did start the games. It was usually when he came on as a substitute. But now I'm very, very impressed with how Rodoni has played recently in regards to starting the game. So as that is said, ball played out wide here. Well defended there by Nightingale. Kind of just booted it away, though, to nobody, unfortunately. I thought he maybe could have found somebody, but anyway. Yeah, Nightingale playing alongside Thomas and Chaka. Nightingale and Thomas starting. The past couple of games I saw Ben Hennigan. We kind of have like shifts. Some teams, they have 9 or 10 players that start almost every single time week in and week out. But Wimbledon, we play with 2 or 3 new players every single week, it seems. And honestly, I like that because, that means that we have a decent bench. We have people that can come off the bench and make an impact. Even players like Ethan Chislett, who very young, very bright individual, hasn't seen too much playing time lately, but he can come off the bench and he can be dangerous at any given moment. So same with Ollie Palmer, actually. Ollie Palmer has only seen, I'd say, maybe like 40 minutes or 50 minutes allotted time throughout this season, but when he has played, he's been creating chances, holding the ball up, playing that final pass, or being that target man. While we're not... Okay, good ball over to Seddon. While none of our players are world class, we play very well as a team. Chemistry wise, we're very solid, and I like that from Wimbledon. I feel like chemistry will go a long way. Maybe next season. I don't think this season we're gonna make a push for promotion, but if we keep playing the way we're playing and we pick up a couple of other very strong pieces next season, we could very well see a push for the championship, and I truly mean that. Anyway, as I finish my very long monologue about the team and all that, 12th minute right now. Nothing too crazy happening so far in these first 12 minutes. Neither team really creating a decent chance. So at this point, I'm just mumbling. I'm just rambling. But we'll see what happens. This game hopefully will pick up a little bit more. Nice defending there from Ryan Longman. Rodoni at the top of the box. Nice ball over to Piggott. Piggott tries to find Rodoni again, but Piggott didn't really look where he was passing there. He was assuming that that Rodoni would make the run there, but they weren't on the same page. So far, Piggott not really finding his final pass, but as soon as he can get, because Piggott is a really, really good passer of the ball. If he can find that final pass, Crewe Alexandra could be in trouble. Last game we saw Piggott with a couple of very good passes over to Longman, to McLaughlin, that made them break out and create chances. Rodoni playing the ball over, tries to find Longman, but nobody home. McLaughlin picks it up once again. I'm kind of doing a play-by-play thing now. Every now and again, I like to do play-by-play commentary because I'm a commentator at heart, even though I'm not the best commentator in the world. Sen finds the ball, tries to play Rodoni in the middle, but Rodoni gets out-muscled by... I don't know who that player is. I'm not too familiar with non-Premier League teams in terms of, players and tactics and whatnot. I just know my own team, Wimbledon. So let me pull up the team sheet here. Crewe Alexandra are playing a 4-3-3. And honestly, I feel like a 4-3-3 is a very good counter to a 3-5-2. So that could be concerning on Wimbledon's end because, three on the offense versus 3 on the defense. If Wimbledon are not careful defensively, then Crewe Alexandra could pick us apart. But that being said, Wimbledon have played 3-5-2 time in and time out, so I don't think they're going to falter too much here. Maybe the occasional chance being created. Okay. There we go. Ryan Longman making that run out wide. Unfortunately, didn't get to that ball first, but I thought for sure he was going to get that touch around the defender. He was super dangerous last time out against Sunderland. Both teams are doing fairly well defensively so far, doing very well closing down that final pass. And overall, good defensive shape. So we may just see... Honestly, we may see a 1-0 at the end. We may see like a very, very grindy game that'll see very few chances. And it's all about who converts it. And I'm very confident in that Wimbledon will be the one to convert that chance. Okay, Piggott picking the ball up. Playing as a hold-up player for a second there, but Wimbledon resetting now to Terrell Thomas out on the right-hand side. Thomas on a mission night right now, trying to find somebody. Plays Piggott. Gets out-muscled, though. Fuck. Yeah, that pass was a little bit too far ahead of Piggott there, but I thought for sure that the Pigs would be able to get to that ball anyway, but got out-muscled by one of these center backs there. I wasn't sure if it was Beckles or Lancashire, but Don's making waves there right in that particular moment. Hopefully they can continue to build up on that offensive pressure, but now we see the ball with, I don't know the players. Number 19 for Crewe Alexandra. Ooh. Shot it low and hard in that bottom corner. It was Dale there for Crewe Alexandra. Low and hard, a little bit past the post there. Doesn't give Truman too many problems. Truman had that one covered. It was a 1-2 there from Crewe Alexandra. From Beckles actually playing as a bit of a midfielder there. He's a center back though who made a mission up there, and we saw that last game against Sunderland. Sunderland would constantly bring their center backs forward, and it got scary at times because even though Wimbledon, were good defensively for the most part, every now and again those center backs coming up proved to be very dangerous, especially with the goal. Ryan Bailey coming up from the center back position and getting the knockdown from that cross and putting it side netting was a bit of a foul. Kind of stuck his arm out there, but it's all good. But we'll see how Wimbledon will deal with the offensive pressure here. Ball out on the right hand side looked to be very dangerous, but Dale didn't really get the best first touch there, throw in for Wimbledon. Anyway, I see some playbacks already. I had 2 people waiting for my stream to play. Unfortunately, I didn't get the live stream up until 5 minutes after the game. So hopefully I can get some people to come back in, and I know I don't have too many subscribers or too many people that follow me. I don't really care that much about the fame or the notoriety. I'm doing this. I mean, I'm doing this for you guys, but I'm also doing this for myself too. I kind of want to practice. Yeah, I'm a bit of an introvert, so at times I get socially awkward, but I want to be able to practice being in front of a crowd, and I have experience with that because I used to commentate Mario Kart, competitive Mario Kart. I would commentate in front of a crowd, but I wouldn't actually show my face. I wouldn't do a face cam, but when I do a face cam, I get a little bit awkward. Anyway, ball played out on the right-hand side to Dale. Offside flag thrown up there. Not too much to comment on in that respect. Anyway, I'm going to be talking about my trip over to the UK sometime in 2021. Hopefully, crossing my fingers here, hopefully COVID will be better by around April or May of 2021, because that's when I plan on going over to the UK. And also another finger crossing moment here. Hopefully, Plough Lane will allow fans in 2021 towards the end of the season. If I'm not mistaken, I know that some teams are allowing fans and some teams aren't. If I'm not mistaken, though, League One fans are not allowed. It's just the Championship and up. Championship and above right now are allowing fans, and the Football League One teams are not allowed to have fans, which is quite unfortunate. Because some of the League One teams are, actually, good ball over to Ryan Longman that couldn't get his foot onto the ball, actually. That was very close. Anyway, as I was saying, League One teams are the teams that really need the revenue, They really need to have fans in their stadiums to generate revenue and prevent the risk of, turning out like Barnet FC. Barnet went bankrupt. Ball over in the middle from Crewe Alexandra, just as I talked about a good ball over from Wimbledon not too long ago. Ryan Longman on the defense now. 11 men behind the ball now. Oof. Yeah, Alexandra were breaking. They just kind of played a very quick counterattack after the play there from Wimbledon. But then after that ball, Wimbledon getting 11 men behind the ball. But yeah, it was a dangerous ball played in to Finney, coming from the midfield role there. Played in a very good ball that could have been converted there by Mandarin, but luckily Wimbledon got that one clear. But anyway, if Wimbledon allow fans back, I will most certainly love to go. And I actually am kind of disappointed because I planned on attending the very first game back at Plough Lane, but COVID is a thing, and I'm not sure when Wimbledon will allow fans. I would assume the start of the 2021-2022 stadium, but I will attend if that happens, and I will make a vlog. I will go to England. I will actually go to England just for that. Of course, I'm going to be visiting and whatnot, but I'm going to go to England just to see a Wimbledon game, not going to lie. I want to do that. I want to also go to like an Arsenal game or a Tottenham game while I'm in London, and maybe even go up to like Manchester, Leeds, Liverpool, and see some games over there. That would honestly be great. I love English soccer. Sorry. Football. I say soccer because, it's the American variant of the term, but it's football, guys. It's football. Yeah, what's up? What's up? Thank you for coming along, Whale Rider. COYD. Come on, you dons. Yeah, I want to be as informative as possible. I've followed AFC Wimbledon since I've followed them, watching Google, like looking them up on Google and trying to see, watching the live scoreline and the live play-by-play since 2018. But then I haven't actually watched them play since middle of last season. That's when I started to get the iFollow subscriptions. That's when I decided, you know what, I want to actually watch these games because watching the live scoreline is freaking boring. Back in the day, I used to be a Manchester United fan. Back when I was like 15, 16. But then after that, I kind of lost passion for them because I realized that I only was watching and following Manchester United because I kind of wanted to, follow my friend group that also had teams that they supported. But then, ever since I found out about AFC Wimbledon and their story, that's when I like truly gained passion for them and didn't really care too much for Manchester United anymore. And I became a full-fledged fan in 2018. So maybe someday, I'll get to go to a game. Nice tackle there from Callum Riley. Actually, no, it was Nightingale coming up from the center back position to cut out that pass. Now we see Daniel Chukka going on a mission there. Unfortunately, not able to find anybody. Still on the hands of Wimbledon here with Will Nightingale playing it over to Piggott, plays it out wide to Callum Riley. A 1-2. I thought Rodoni was going to play a 1-2 there, but resetting it back to Daniel Chukka. What are your thoughts on the Wimbledon back three? While I'm at it here, I'll try to talk to my viewers right now. I haven't done that in a little bit because I haven't had too many viewers coming on my streams, but what are your thoughts on Wimbledon's back three? Terrell Thomas, Nightingale, Chukka, or not the back three, but their defenders in general. Those three, Ben Hennigan. What do you think? What do you think of them? I'll get into the other players, but we'll start off with the back three. In my opinion, I feel like Terrell Thomas is our most consistent defender. Doesn't really give up too many chances. I feel like he's also very good in the air. As I talk, though, ball out wide to Terrell Thomas. Terrell Thomas plays the ball into Piggott, gets his head on it, but a little bit too far over the frame there. Didn't get his head too far underneath the ball there. And also my commentary is a little... I'm not the best commentator in the world, so at times I'll say, oh, the ball gets played here, and I take a little bit of a second to process my information. But Terrell Thomas, I feel like, is a very, very consistent defender, and he only didn't start a couple of games ago. He didn't start in that particular game. I don't think he started against Sunderland, if I'm not mistaken. No, he did start against Sunderland, but the game before that he didn't start. But he's very consistent. Nightingale, he's our captain, and he's a very good team player, but I feel like he's a little bit sketchy defensively every now and again. Sometimes loses his mark. Daniel Chukka, I think, is fairly consistent as well defensively. Okay. I don't know what that was about. Number 29 for Crewe Alexandra, Beckles kind of just shoved Rodoni to the ground. And the iFollow crew right now that I'm listening to, they're like, oh, come on, that's unacceptable. And I'm like, yeah, that was kind of a bad foul, but I don't think that was, that wasn't like a studs up tackle kind of thing. That wasn't a dirty foul. It was just a foul to stop the play there. So I appreciate the passion that the iFollow commentators are expressing, but that wasn't it wasn't a dirty foul. He just tried to stop the play. Could have been a yellow. I'm surprised the ref didn't give a yellow for that one. I feel like it stopped the potential counterattack there for Wimbledon. So it is what it is. But anyway, now talking about the rest of the players here. I talked about the defense. Who's your favorite player? Actually, I feel like the question that I asked was a little bit of a loaded question because Wimbledon's defense are kind of sketchy at times. But favorite player, Wales. My favorite player would have to be. My favorite two would be Joe Piggott. I'm pretty sure that's almost everybody's almost every Dons fan's favorite player. But aside from Joe Piggott, I'd say my favorite player would have to be Jack Rodoni. Shane McLaughlin is up there too. I mentioned in my previous streams, I would always idolize Shane McLaughlin. I would always, be like, oh my God, Shane McLaughlin is so dangerous. He's so good. Oof. Crewe Alexandra with the ball, played in the middle of the box. Nobody picked up Dale there, but his... Actually, no, that was not Dale. That was Finney. Nobody picked him up, and he had a free volley at goal in the middle of the... Yeah, around the penalty area, just volleyed it over, skied it, but nobody picked him up. Anyway, Shane McLaughlin, I like him a lot, but he has a lot of pace out wide, and he plays a very good ball into the box every now and again. Very good work rate, but in terms of danger and just that 1v1 situation, Rodoni is much more dangerous. Like, he has the skill, he has the flair, and he's a bright young star. I love Jack Rodoni as well. He's in my top 3. Rodoni, Piggott, and McLaughlin are my top 3 favorite players. Terrell Thomas also very much in my top 5. I love the way he plays. I love the way he defends. Very consistent defender. Anyway, 29th minute here. Crewe Alexandra have been a little more dangerous in terms of chance creation so far. Wimbledon have had a couple of moments in which they play a ball into the box, but they haven't got on the end of it. They haven't had a real clear-cut chance so far, but we could see that with McLaughlin with the ball out wide. Finds Rodoni, plays it central to Piggott. Piggott tries to volley it, but shanks it with the pressure there from Crewe Alexandra. Didn't really have too much space to hit that. And yeah, for sure I thought Piggott was injured there. Looked a little scary because he stayed on the ground for a little bit, but Piggott is up. Piggott is running. That's what you like to see from the Pigs. I don't want to see him injured, Piggott is our main player. He's our mascot, the AFC Wimbledon mascot. I don't want to see him go down. But if he does go down for whatever reason, we could see, big boy Ollie Palmer coming in. Ollie Palmer hasn't seen too many minutes, but when he has come in, he's been a very dangerous player, holding the ball up, playing that final pass, or being that target man. He's been dangerous whenever he comes in. He's not starter worthy. I feel like he wouldn't be consistent throughout the first 90 minutes, let alone maybe 70 minutes in case he gets subbed. But, he's that player that you put in whenever you need a target man. And he's played that role very effectively so far this season. So now we see the ball over with Thomas. I'm going to do more of a play-by-play now. Thomas tries to play the ball over to Longman, but Crewe Alexandra get it clear. And now they're on the counterattack here. Looks to me like a 4-on-4, but very good defending there from Callum Riley. Actually kind of tugged on the shirt there to stop a potential counterattack. If Callum Riley gets a yellow card here, I'm going to be kind of upset because there should have been a yellow card from that play earlier from when the player dragged Rodoni down. But instead, it was actually Alex Woodyard getting a yellow card there, getting the play pulled back. I forget what that was for, but I'm not going to complain because I actually forgot what happened there. I didn't see what Woodyard did. I think it was for complaining. I think he got a yellow card for bickering to the referee there. Probably said something like, "Oh, you bastard!" And then the referee was like, "No, yellow card." But anyway, ball gets played. I feel like that'd be a common occurrence with Leeds. Maybe not the Leeds players, but like the Leeds fans would be like, "Oh, you shit bastard," or something. I saw this video yesterday of it was titled "A Friendly Yorkshire Greeting," and it was a Man City versus Leeds game back in like 2010. Okay. Let me stop what I'm doing here. Ball played out wide to Seddon. We haven't really won too many of the crosses, whether it was a header or it was that final ball that final ball on the ground that we just need to get a touch on. The crosses haven't really been the best so far today. But anyway, I saw this video called Friendly Yorkshire Greeting. It was Man City versus Leeds back in like 2010, 2011. And it was back when Pantilimon was playing for Man City. Good times. Pantilimon was, I think, the starter, if I'm not mistaken. Either he was the starter or he was the substitute alongside Joe Hart. Yeah, I think it was Pantilimon starting. That was before they picked up Joe Hart back in 2012, 2013. But Pantilimon took a goal kick, And Leeds were like, oh, and then when he took the goal kick, you shit bastard cunt. And I can relate that to like LA Galaxy or LAFC in the United States. Whenever there's a goal kick, they yell puto, which means bitch in Spanish. But you know, LA Galaxy, LAFC, they have a lot of Hispanic fans, and so they do that. It's you know, classy Leeds, stay classy. But anyway, you know, my main point, I went on a tangent there. My main point is Alex Woodyard probably said something to get that yellow card. Anyway, 34th minute here. Crewe Alexandra playing the ball out wide, back to the center, out wide again. They're playing very, very well right now in terms of keeping possession. And, you know, as expected, Wimbledon are the side to sit back and counter. But Crewe Alexandra are doing a little bit better in terms of chance creation, I'd say, than Sunderland did. Ooh, okay. Right-footed shot coming in there from Wintle was partially deflected there, but that deflection made the ball kind of dip even further. That looked a little bit scary, but luckily the ball went over the frame. I think corner kick now for Wimbledon there. Yeah, the ball was deflected by Riley. Instead of a floater towards goal, it was a dipper. It deflected off Callum Riley, and that ball was dipping very dangerously. Luckily, that went over the frame. Corner kick now, though, for Crewe Alexandra. Heart in mouth moment, to say the least there. Corner goes over everyone's head except for the person in the back post. Second header, straight to Truman. Truman gets a long throw over to Radoni. Let's see what you can do, my friend. First touch, not the best there from Radoni, and now it's going to be a throw in there for Crewe Alexandra. Don't mind me. I'm just wearing my Lakers cap, Lakers winter beanie. COVID has really taken a toll on my hairline, guys. If you want to take a look, actually, wait, after this play, Crewe Alexandra have the ball on the right-hand side. Well defended by Terrell Thomas. But anyway, COVID is doing this to me, guys. All the haircut places, the salons, the shops, they're all closed until December. Well, the one I go to, at least, usually is closed until December 26th. So my hair has never been this long, guys. It's freaking crazy. But unfortunately, that's what COVID does to you. But I'm wearing this to accommodate for my bad hair day. And I am a Lakers fan. I don't know if any of you guys follow the NBA, considering that most of my viewers are from the UK, most likely. But I am a Lakers fan. I am from Southern California. And for those of you that are just tuning in or just, you know, recently started following me, you guys are probably like, what the hell is a person from Southern California doing supporting AFC Wimbledon of all teams? Why aren't you supporting Man City, Man United, Chelsea? But long story short, I've already told this story like 5 times now to my followers. But I played FIFA 16, and okay, dangerous ball in. We haven't been the best defensively so far today. I mean, we've been doing well in terms of defensive shape, but out wide, we've been giving the ball. We've been letting the players out wide, like Kirk, Dale, Finney, whoever's out wide for Crewe Alexandra. You know, we're just letting them put the ball into the box, and haven't really picked up our targets too cleanly. But anyway, played FIFA 16 career mode. Decided to play as AFC Wimbledon because they were the lowest ranked team. And then that's when I'm like, you know what? I'll start following them, see what they're all about. And that's when I found out about the story, the story in which Wimbledon FC got bought out, and then they started out from the bottom, from the 9th division, all the way up to the fourth tier. That very infamous game, AFC Wimbledon versus Luton Town in the penalty shootout. After I found out about that story, I went from a follower to a full-fledged fan, and I haven't looked back since. But yeah, Ethan Chislett is your favorite player. Very interesting. You know, he's a very bright young star, And I actually don't know how long he's going to be staying with us. I don't know his contract. Let me look that up real quick. He signed a, how long of a contract? 2-year, 3-year, 4-year? But yeah, I know he's going to be a very dangerous player for us going forward, coming off the bench. And I like him quite a bit too. So I respect your choice in your favorite player. My favorite players still got to be the Pigs. But number 2 and 3, McLaughlin and Rodoni. Although Longman, after last game, if he can keep that performance consistently, if he can consistently play the way he did against Sunderland, Longman could make his way up there in my top 3. Alex Woodyard goes to ground there. I think there might have been like a little bit of a clash. Maybe he got hit with an unintentional elbow or something to the ribs. I do not want Woodyard, of all people, to be injured or coming off, because he's one of our very consistent players. He's one of our... Sorry, I can't speak properly. He is one of our most consistent players, I'd say. You don't see him on the ball too often, but he's the one that's, very consistent defensively. And he's not going to be the one playing that final pass, but he's going to be playing the pass over to Longman. And Longman's going to be playing that final ball over to Piggott, or he's going to play that ball to Riley, who's going to play the final ball to Longman. He's the machine of the team, and I don't want to see him go down. But if anybody else were to come in for him, it would probably be Anthony Hartigan. And Hartigan has been, a Womble for a couple of years now. I think he's been playing since 2018. And he is very much a decent player himself as well. I also hope Chislett comes on today as well. Chislett is a bright spark for this young Dons team. And I never thought I'd say this, young Dons team, because just last year we had the likes of, okay, that was scary. There was a ball played in from Crewe, and Terrell Thomas tried to head it back to his keeper there and almost headed it back into his own goal. But luckily, Truman was able to stick his arm out, fully extended arm, and pick that up. Anyway, just last year, Wimbledon were playing with, with a couple of veterans. They were playing with, Scott Wagstaff, Mitch Pinnock, and, they didn't really have too many youngsters. They had a lot of people that, not old players, but players that were, mid-20s, low 30s, and, people that were playing for Wimbledon for a long time, but then under Wally Downs, we just didn't really have too much of offensive potency. We would always kick the ball up and go Piggott, go Pinnock, go get the ball. Anyway, as I speak, Longman found the ball out wide and made his way over to the center, but there were like 3 or 4 Crewe Alexandra players behind that shot, that attempt from Longman there. But yeah, good work from Longman, getting the better of the outside back there and trying to find his shot on target there, but unfortunately for him, Crewe Alexandra were all behind that. Anyway, yeah, just last season we kind of played a little bit of hoof kickball, and last season, 2 seasons ago under Wally Downs. While he did help us with the Great Escape that one season in which we drew 2-2 against Luton. We won 2-1 against Wickham, which, by the way, was the very first match I ever watched live. That's 2 games before the end of the season. Wimbledon played against Wickham. They got 2 fairly scrappy goals, but, a goal's a goal. And they won that game, and they drew to Bradford in the last games 0-0. They just parked the bus. But, yeah, that was the Great Escape season. Wally Downs helped us escape there, but after that, the season after, we just weren't dangerous at all. We were just, hard stuck in the bottom of the table, pretty much not bottom of the table, but, bottom 5 teams throughout the season. But now, under Glyn Hodges, former Dons player, under Glenn Hodges and under the signings that we had, Ethan Chislett, Ollie Palmer. Sorry, I'm kind of distracted because I'm trying to see this play right here. Ball out wide to Woodyard. Woodyard, Longman, Riley, Thomas. Okay, I thought for sure that they were going to get like this 1-2 over to, 1-2 from Longman to McLaughlin or something, but they reset over to Will Nightingale here. They're trying to find something. They're trying to possess a little bit more. Okay, throw in. Yeah, they've been possessing more this season. They've been more dangerous offensively with our new signings. And Ryan, well, Longman is on loan, but Longman, Chislett, Palmer, Woodyard, all those signings. We kind of needed that. Kind of disappointed. These first 44 minutes of the game, we really haven't created too many chances. Not to say that we haven't looked dangerous every now and again, but the times in which we have looked dangerous, we haven't gotten the final shot off. We haven't gotten that final pass off. We try to play a ball into the box and nobody's able to get on the end of it. Or we try to play that final pass, like for example, Joe Pigott would play as a hold-up player in the first 10 minutes, try to play a couple of balls over to Longman or to Rodoni, but couldn't find that final pass. That final threading ball into the box has been lacking for Wimbledon so far. Crewe Alexandra just playing a little bit of possession right now. I gotta say, Wimbledon throughout the season have gotten better defensively in terms of defensive shape and not conceding. Ooh, that was actually a really good play there from Crewe Alexandra. Kirk out wide, number 10 for Crewe Alexandra, has been very dangerous. Crewe Alexandra's calling card so far has been the 1-2 on the left-hand side. The 1-2 from Wintle or Finney out wide to Kirk, the 1-2. And now Kirk finds himself on the ball, playing it out wide to somebody else. I don't know his name. Ball delivered into the center, ball driven high on the clearance. Not cleared. Crewe Alexandra get a shot, but that one goes over the target. That one goes over high and wide from Wintle there. And Wintle getting in the face of Riley there. A little bit of bickering there going on between Wintle and Callum Riley. Not sure what happened there, but... Oh, yeah, Callum Riley came in for the tackle, tried to deflect the shot, but Wintle, I think, might have said something, and then Callum Riley took offense. He's like, "What'd you say? What'd you say?" And they were like, I don't know. But that was a clean challenge from Callum Riley. I mean, came in a little late, but he was trying to deflect the shot. Actually, maybe put his stud up a little bit. I couldn't quite see because the replay kind of just shifted past him. He maybe had his stud up or something. Maybe Callum Riley came in too aggressively, and he got the yellow card there. I think maybe for starting the fight or starting the little bickering session there. Maybe Wintle said something and the referee didn't catch that. Maybe that's why Callum Riley came over and said something back. Anyway, yeah, with off the punt from Truman there, we saw Ryan Longman playing a ball over to Pigott, but too far to the left of Pigott's foot there. Anyway, halftime, Wimbledon 0, Crewe 0. Not the most entertaining half. That half kind of saw me going on a bit of a tangent at times, kind of saw me going on some monologues about how I started following Wimbledon, or monologues about, certain individual players and whatnot, but, not the best half in the world. Wimbledon didn't play poorly. They just, couldn't play that final pass over to Longman or over to Pigott. If we were to play a cross out wide, we wouldn't win the header, or we wouldn't win the ball on the ground and get that touch on frame. But, we looked okay. We looked okay. And defensively, we had good shape for the most part. But the one thing that kept haunting us was the 1-2 out wide on the left-hand side. And Kirk on the end of that one, or whether it was Kirk or Finney on that left-hand side for Crewe Alexandra. That left-hand side has proved to be very dangerous. And I mentioned how Thomas has been defending very well this season, but so far, Thomas has not been able to deal with the potency of Crewe Alexandra on that left-hand side. Hopefully, he'll be able to have an answer to that in the second half. So, with that being said, I'm going to go eat some breakfast because that's usually what happens when I watch AFC Wimbledon. I wake up, I watch the first half, and then I have breakfast because, Pacific time zone over here in California is not the best. I have to wake up at 6:45 to watch these games, but I'm a committed fan, guys. I will be sure to do this. Maybe not do live streams every time, but, watch the games live. And, on that note, I'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. Thank you guys for coming along. I'll be back. Come on, you don'ts. Sorry, I was doing a live stream. Every now and again. Do you have to talk that loud in the live stream? Or is it just it's because it's me. I get caught up in it. I completely forgot. I gotta change the timer. Now that halftime's gone, I gotta make sure that I stop the timer. There we go. Alright, we're good. I'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. Come on, you don'ts. How are you all doing? I have returned. Half hasn't started yet, but I got myself my breakfast. I got my ham and cheese croissant. And, okay. I usually make myself a breakfast, but every Saturday I usually just make something small, and I just got a little thing of cookies and little toffee-covered nuts, or nut-covered toffee, I should say. Pretty good stuff. Very, very simple breakfast this time because I want to make sure that I don't miss any of this game. But anyway, yeah, that half was, talking about that first half, not the most entertaining first half in the world, really. Like I said before, Crewe Alexandra were a little more dangerous. They possessed more, and Wimbledon, playing their usual selves, sitting back and countering. This time, though, they didn't create too many chances on the counter. And me personally, I really like the 5-3-2 a little bit better than the 3-5-2. But it's up to Wimbledon. They're used to the 3-5-2. That's been their constant. That's been their constant in regards to their formation. But they didn't create as many chances as I would like, and the chances that they could have created were the ones out wide whenever Longman was on the ball or McLaughlin was on the ball, and they were playing that ball in. Unfortunately, we weren't able to win that final ball, or a ball played from the middle, like from Piggott to Longman or something. The final pass was not there. And as for Crewe Alexandra, they were a little more dangerous in terms of chance creation. They only really had one clear-cut chance that was... I don't remember the exact minute, but it was around the middle of the first half in which they found it out wide, played the ball over to the center, and there was somebody for free in the penalty spot, around the penalty spot at least, and they had a free volley at goal. Luckily for Wimbledon, though, he side-footed it, which it doesn't generate too much power. So if it did hit the frame, I would say maybe Truman would have had a response to it, but he side-footed it way over the frame anyway. But that was their only real clear-cut chance. They had a couple of other chances, mainly with one of the players around the top of the 18. They would strike the ball, whether it was a volley or it was just a regular shot, and all those shots would go over the bar. So Crewe Alexandra themselves are not really doing the best in terms of chance creation or chance finishing either, but I'd say they looked better than us Dons in that particular half. So hopefully that half, the second half, will pick up in entertainment value as well as overall quality from the Dons. So that being said, I'm just gonna eat my croissant. Don't mind me. What are you guys' thoughts so far? Oh yeah, I was gonna mention two substitutions. Guinness Walker, he hasn't seen too much of play so far this season, but he's been fairly effective when he has come on. Maybe not right away, I'd say, but maybe have Guinness Walker come in early, and then have Chislett come in at around like the 65th, 66th minute. I'd say keep Rodoni. In my opinion, I'd say keep Rodoni just for a little bit longer, just to see how he does. I'd say Guinness Walker for Seddon would work, though. Like right away to start the half. Guinness Walker for Seddon could work. I feel like Seddon hasn't been dangerous enough going forward. McLaughlin has been okay. Guinness Walker for Seddon wouldn't be too bad of an idea. But I'd say keep Rodoni on for a little bit longer. And then if things don't go well, maybe you could see Longman coming off actually for Chislett if Longman doesn't see too much more of the ball. I know he was a very dangerous and potent player last time out. Or you could have Longman play out wide and substitute Rodoni, have Chislett play up top, and have Longman play out on the wing. And maybe shift McLaughlin around a little bit. Well, we got to keep McLaughlin out wide, but maybe have Guinness Walker come in. Maybe they could play 4 in the back. I don't think they will, to be honest. But Maybe they could have Guinness Walker come in, play 4 in the back, have Longman play out wide, and Chislett up top. That could work. Or Chislett out wide and Longman stays up top. All that could work. But keep Rodoni on for right now, I'd say. We'll see what happens though in regards to substitutions for Wimbledon. Let's see what they do. I also noticed too, COYD Alexandra. I don't know too much about him actually. I haven't seen him too much throughout my my AFC Wimbledon fandom. I know he's played a couple times this season already, coming off the bench, or he even started once, I believe. But he's more of a defensive player. He doesn't really go on the offensive front too much, I don't think. But you could see COYD Alexandra come in as well for maybe Chuka or Nightingale, just as a defensive solidity move. No substitution so far for Wimbledon, however, but I am not opposed to either a Guinness Walker or a Chislett substitution later on in the half, though. I don't mind no substitutions right now, but if nothing changes within the next 10 minutes or so, that's when I would like to see a Guinness Walker, or heck, even an Ollie Palmer, really. I don't think they'll sub in Ollie Palmer, but Ollie Palmer coming in could work. Maybe Palmer and Chislett. Maybe Palmer in the striker position for either Longman or... Okay, they're playing a 3-4-3 now. They didn't make any subs, but they made a lineup change, or they made a formation change. So now they're going to have Rodoni on the left wing, Longman on the right wing, and Piggott in the center. And I personally really like that change because the Dons are very dangerous out wide with Longman, Rodoni, and McLaughlin. I mean, every now and again you see McLaughlin coming out or Seddon coming up, but Seddon and McLaughlin haven't really been too dangerous as they usually are out wide. So instead of playing two strikers, why not just play a front three and have Rodoni and Longman being the wide threats instead? I like that change personally. We'll see what happens. Thomas gets caught. Okay. Low and hard. Well, not hard. It was low, but easily gathered there from Connell Truman. The only thing with the 3-4-3 though is that I could potentially see Crewe Alexandra creating a chance or two, just based on the formation alone on paper. Anyway, counterattack here from Longman. Longman's finding himself on the ball. Piggott tries to make a run, but unfortunately Piggott wasn't able to create enough space to receive a pass from Longman, and now Wimbledon reset. Ball with Rodoni, top of the box, hits it. Easy for the keeper there. Decent start to the second half, though, for Wimbledon. But anyway, with the 3-4-3, on paper, we are a little bit more vulnerable defensively. And Crewe Alexandra, while they haven't really been super dangerous offensively, they have been keeping possession. They have created a couple of chances. One of them was a pretty decent chance in the first half, in which was volleyed over the bar. But... that's the only thing, is that if we play a 3-4-3, we could be a little bit vulnerable defensively, unless Seddon and McLaughlin, take it upon themselves to stay defensive, don't go too far offensive. Or every now and again, you could see McLaughlin and Seddon coming up and helping out the attack, but don't overcommit, because the likes of Rodoni and Longman will be those wide threats no matter what. They're going to be there. They're going to be making the runs. So just let them, for the most part, create the chances and receive the final pass or the penultimate pass. The one out wide before the ball into the box. But anyway. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna eat my croissant. I talk too much. Sorry, guys. Free kick. Okay. I didn't know what that was. I wasn't sure if that was offside or something, but free kick here for Wimbledon from around 40 yards out. This is a moment in which you'd like to see Ben Hennigan in the field because he is, I'd say, the biggest aerial threat of the team. Unfortunately, though, he is not playing right now. Nobody gets on the end of that one. Yeah. Yeah, Crewe has gotten the better of Wimbledon in terms of the aerial battle so far in this game as well. Well, at least defensively speaking for Crewe, because they haven't had any chances on the offensive front in regards to balls in the box. Mainly their chances have come from. I mean, they did play a few balls in the box, especially towards the end of the half, but they didn't get on the end of those. But defensively, though, it's been all Crewe. Crewe has won pretty much every single header. Wimbledon not really able to get on the end of those. Now the ball's with Kirk on the left-hand side, cuts it down to the middle. Intercepted there from Will Nightingale. Nightingale's been playing very well defensively this game. That's what I like to see. He's a bit of a streaky individual. Sometimes he plays really well and sometimes not so much. But Nightingale, he's been a part of this side for years now. He's, I believe, the captain for this side whenever he does play. So Nightingale, certainly one of our own, even though he's not one of our own from a birthplace standpoint. He is one of our own in essence. So Will Nightingale, that's what you like to see. I forgot to put the timer, guys. Sorry. 52nd minute right now. Oh, Crewe Alexandra on the counterattack there. I think we're going to see a yellow card from... never mind. It was Alex Woodyard who committed the foul, and yeah, I don't think the referee would have wanted to give a second yellow for that. If Woodyard didn't have a yellow, that certainly would have been a yellow right there. But since he was already on a yellow, the referee's like, do I give him a second yellow? It wasn't a dangerous challenge. It was just a little bit of a foul to stop the play. Luckily for Woodyard there, he didn't see the book once again. Continues to stay on. Thankfully, the referee showed us some mercy in that regard. Anyway, there's the timer though. I was a little late on the trigger there, but 53rd minute right now. Ball out wide for Crewe Alexandra on the right-hand side. They've been really dangerous on the left, though. They haven't really found too much success on the right, and it looks to me like they're going to try to find that left side once again. Ball is reset to the goalkeeper, though. I can't pronounce his name. His name is, or last name, Jaskelainen. That has to be Norwegian or Swedish, or actually no. It could very well be Norwegian or Danish. Maybe not Danish, but something Scandinavian, because he's got two A's in the beginning of his name with the two dots over his name, over the letter Jaskelainen. But anyway, offside there for Crewe Alexandra, but fairly interesting name. It's funny because Crewe Alexandra have a bunch of very British names. You have Finney, you have Murphy, you have Pickering, you have Lancashire, and then all of a sudden you just have Jaskelainen. Just I don't know. I just find that kind of funny. I think Lancashire has got to be the most British name you'll ever see. Maybe one, not the most British name, but one of, Lancashire, Pickering, Finney, and then Jaskalainen. I'm having too much fun with this right now, but 55th minute now. This half has been a little more entertaining in a chance creation standpoint, but it's kind of fizzled out in these last 3 minutes or so. Crewe Alexandra kind of on a break here. Not a counterattack necessarily, but that looked a little bit dangerous with Offord, the right back, coming up from the right back position and potentially creating something. But now the ball is with O'Reilly after he intercepted a pass there. But McLaughlin tries to find Rodoni out wide. Nothing doing there. I mentioned how AFC Wimbledon in last season and 2 seasons prior would play a lot of kickball, a lot of hoofball. They don't play as much of that now, but they still do that every now and again. Being the side that they are to have only 30% possession a game, they still have that style of play every now and again where they try to kick the ball up and hope for the best, but it's not as common as it was before. But hopefully someday they'll get to a point where they don't really need to do that. Not to say that long balls should never be played, because long balls can be very dangerous, especially if you place it perfectly and the run is made perfectly. But typically Wimbledon are not really that much of a long ball type of team, even though they are type of team to sit back and counter. You would think that if they are a team that has only 30% possession, they'll kick it long or whatever. But their biggest moments come from the times in which they knock it around with Piggott and Rodoni, Piggott and Longman, or they play a ball out wide to McLaughlin, who runs down, the pacey individual that he is, plays a ball in the box. Wimbledon are just not a long ball type of team, and I'm glad that this season they've kind of adjusted their play style a little bit more compared to seasons prior under Wally Downs and under Neil Ardley. Woodyard tried to find Piggott there, but this center back was pretty quick to intercept. Now Kirk on the left-hand side there tries to play the ball into the box. Well intercepted there, or well cut out there, I should say, by Shane McLaughlin. Ball goes straight to Truman. Like I mentioned earlier in the stream, I can see this being a 1-0er, honestly. I saw this from the first 5 minutes of the game. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be one of those games. It's going to be one of those games. It's either going to be 0-0 or it's going to be, one team is going to have one super clear-cut chance that they may or may not convert, and if they don't convert it, then we could very well see a 0-0. But I could see a 1-0 at the very end of this. Hopefully Wimbledon will be the one on the end of that one. But, yeah, we'll see. Honestly, yeah. Sorry, I haven't had my chat open too much because I've had 2 windows open. One window being the game and one window being the lineups. But I should probably keep my stream open a little bit more to adhere to the live chat. But anyway, Palmer on soon. I could see that. I could very much see that. At first they changed the formation up, but now the formation change hasn't proved to be too much of a factor either. So maybe we could see, we see Rodoni come off. I think Rodoni could come off now. We could see that. And we could have Ollie Palmer playing at striker. Maybe we could still see a 3-4-3, but if Palmer comes on, then Pickett's not going to play out wide. He's a striker at heart, so if Palmer comes on, I think we're going to have to revert back to the 3-5-2 and have, what's Longman going to do, though? If he plays out wide, then either McLaughlin or Seddon is going to have to play a different position altogether. So if Palmer comes in, then I'd say Piggott is going to have to play, on the right-hand side or left-hand side. I don't think that really suits suits his fancy. So we'll see what happens. I think for the circumstances right now, in regards to like the formation and whatnot, Palmer coming in may not work. But in general, Palmer coming in could shake things up. I wonder what Wimbledon are going to do in regards to shuffling their players around, though, in case he does come on. Maybe if Palmer comes on, though, maybe he could come on for Piggott. And then, well, I say that, Piggott is Piggott, right? At any moment, he could just pull something out of his ass because he's Joe Piggott. He can do anything. But Piggott really has been a non-factor so far in this game, I'd say. 1-2 on the left-hand side. I've saw that coming the entire time. The left-hand side for Crewe Alexandra has been their bread and butter throughout this entire game. And it was only a matter of time before they put the ball into the back of the net. 1-2. Kirk plays the ball into the box and easy finish. Yeah, so that attack started off in the center. McLaughlin did a good job of tracking the ball, but then it was that second pass over from Kirk. And Rodoni loses his mark there. I mean, to be fair, Rodoni, he is a right winger, so I don't know if he should have been the one marking there, but he was tracking back defensively. And I think that was his mark anyway, regardless of whether or not he is a right wing or not. That was his mark. Very good ball played in from Kirk to the left-hand side on 1-2 and then cross in the box. Easy goal for Crewe Alexandra. Yeah, Ollie Palmer coming in for Joe Piggott, as I was presuming would happen. Rodoni and Longman will stay in. Crossing my fingers that Ollie Palmer will shake things up, and so far this season when he did come up, okay, Palmer and Chislett coming in. You said Guinness, Walker, and Chislett, close prediction, but you were 2 out of 3. You were like, okay, Guinness, Walker, Chislett, Palmer, 2 out of the 3 players that you mentioned, Whale, did come in. Palmer coming in, Chislett coming in for. Who did Chislett come in for? Because I know Piggott came off. Come on, Google, update your shit. It said Palmer came on, but it doesn't say Chislett came on. I'll take a look at that in a second. I think he came on for Rodoni. Yeah, he came on. Wait, no, never mind. I think he did come on for. Yeah, Rodoni came off. Okay. Piggott and Rodoni coming off, as I presumed would happen eventually. Hopefully this will shake things up. Yeah, let me update the score. Free kick for Wimbledon now. Don't mind the timer. I don't know how to make it minutes only. So it's going to say an hour and 2 minutes, even though it's 62 minutes. Ooh, Chaka went down in the box there. I couldn't quite see if there was a push there or if he just tripped, but referee didn't really see anything, and it was just an innocuous coming together. Thought I had a water bottle with me. I'm thirsty. Shit. Give me 1 second. And get some water real quick. Okay. Hydrate, guys. Hydration's important. Every now and again, I kind of just forget to drink water, and then after like 2 hours, I'm like, oh shit, I'm thirsty as hell. Hydration, guys. Hydration is important. Life lessons with Jaggy MK. Drink water. So, while I'm at it here, while the game's going on, not too much going on right now, so while I'm at it, anybody in chat, I know Wales is the only really active chatter right now, but anybody in chat, how long have you been an AFC Wimbledon fan? For me, I've been since 2.5 years. I already mentioned a couple of times that, FIFA 16, followed them after playing as them in career mode. But, I don't know, I'm not very good at coming up with talking points. I'm good with continuing a conversation, but I don't know. I'm just not the best at starting one. So I just want to keep it going, though. I want to interact with my viewers, my very little amount of viewers that I have at that. But ball out wide now to the right-hand side. And as usual, the attack breaks down anytime the ball goes to the right-hand side for Crewe. They haven't really found too much success there. It's been the left-hand side the entire game for them. But, I mean, wait, who, number 9? Oh, Chris Porter. Okay, that was a substitute. I'm like, I don't recognize that guy on the team sheet. Wimbledon don't have the best record in Plough Lane, I gotta say. They lost to Doncaster. I'm sorry, it was a draw. Sorry. It was a draw against Doncaster. 2-2. Then they actually beat Peterborough, though. Hold on. I'm trying to remember the previous games. Yeah, they drew against Doncaster 2-2. They lost to Crawley in the FA Cup. Beat Peterborough 2-1. Lost to Bristol Rovers. Beat Arsenal U21. That game doesn't count, let's be honest. So, I mean, they have an okay record, right? They won against Arsenal U21 as well as what's their face? Peterborough. But they lost a couple times to Crawley. Crawley, Bristol Rovers, and now losing to Crewe Alexandra. So far, the Plough Lane, the return to Plough Lane has not really been too great, I guess. When it first happened, ecstasy for Wimbledon fans everywhere. But unfortunately, in the Doncaster game, we went up 1-0, gave away a goal pretty soon after. Joe Piggott equalized, conceded a goal soon after. That was kind of the story of Wimbledon's season up until that point. Games against Plymouth. That game was, oh my god, that was crazy. 4-4 though. Every time they scored, they would concede a goal. The game against Plymouth, the game against Burton, the game against Doncaster, they would score a goal and concede soon after. Luckily for Wimbledon, ever since that Doncaster game, they've been better defensively ever since that game. They haven't conceded a goal right after scoring one. However, oh my god, number 3 there for Pickering, the left back, actually with some techers there. The left back with some skill to be able to go in between two Wimbledon players, actually. Don't worry. I'm not excited, but I like to commentate. But anyway, yeah, Pickering there, just like a little 1-2 cut in between two players there, and that was dangerous for Crewe Alexandra's side. But luckily for Wimbledon, they kept that one out. That left side, though, all game, left side for Crewe Alexandra has been very dangerous, and Wimbledon have not really had much of an answer in that respect. But now they're on the offensive front here. Woodyard, not on the same page there with Ollie Palmer. Ollie Palmer was not making a run, and Woodyard thought he would be making a run there. And now our third and final substitute here. Interesting, our third substitute being used with 20 minutes to go. God forbid there's an injury. But that's just a testament to how weak Wimbledon have been in this particular game. They haven't had a single clear-cut chance throughout these first 70 minutes. But Anthony Hartigan coming in now for Terrell Thomas, actually. Interesting. That is very interesting, actually. Who's going to play center back alongside him? Is it going to be Hartigan? Interesting. Or maybe a four in the back, actually. Yeah. Maybe a four in the back, now that I think about it. Nightingale, Chukka in the back. And then Seddon and McLaughlin as outside backs, maybe. You know, I don't like the 3-5-2, man. I really don't. Especially with a team that's playing a 4-3-3. You know, the three in the front. I don't like three in the back at all, because it's just a 1v1 up top. And Crewe Alexandra have found very much success playing those 1-2s out to Kirk or to Finney on the left-hand side. Every now and again we saw Dale on the right side, but it's been the left-hand side that's been their calling guard. And I personally would have liked to see a 5-3-2, or why not do a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-3 from the start if you're Wimbledon? You know, I don't know. I don't really like the 3-5-2. But they play it because they're experienced with it. At least play it if the other team plays a 3-5-2 themselves, or a 4-4-2 instead of a 4-3-3. But if the other team plays a 4-3-3, a 3-5-2 is just, I don't like it. I really don't like it personally. While you do have an advantage out wide, it's just the trade-off is just not worth it. The trade-off defensively is not worth it, I don't think. But anyway, Wimbledon played it out wide there, and Palmer was actually charging in, as the commentator mentioned, charging in there. Almost got his head to it, but unfortunately didn't get on the end of that. Yeah, Ryan Longman making a run down the wing, being potent as he has been lately, playing kind of a chip cross into the 6-yard box, but Ollie Palmer wasn't able to get on the on the other side of his mark there. That could have been pretty dangerous, but again, chance creation not there for Wimbledon. $19.79. Okay, I was a little late there again because I just pulled up my chat. $19.79. Okay. I respect you. You are an old fan. You've been a fan ever since the. I don't know too much about the history. I don't know too much about AFC Wimbledon's history behind the 1990s, actually. So I gotta get my history lessons done there. But I know more about the history from 1990 onward. Obviously, 1991, the FA Cup run, and the FA Cup win against Liverpool. Back then, AFC Wimbledon were known to be a lot more, rough and tumble. They were a lot more aggressive, and they were known to be, I guess, a little dirty at times. But that was the kind of style of play that they had when they were in the Premiership to contend with the likes of Man United and Chelsea. Well, not Chelsea. Chelsea weren't that good back in the day, but Man United and Liverpool and whatnot. They play hard. They play grindy. Nowadays, Wimbledon are a little bit more. They have more flair. A little bit more. They have a bunch of youngsters on their side now, so it's a vastly different Wimbledon than 20, 30 years ago, let's say. But it's the same Wimbledon, and not the same. It's a different Wimbledon in terms of a play style, but it's still Wimbledon. AFC Wimbledon carrying on the torch. It is Wimbledon in essence. While it is not Wimbledon on paper. That is Milton Keynes Dons. We don't speak of them. We just refer to them as Milton Keynes. But anyway, they are the Wimbledon on paper, but we are the Wimbledon in essence. But anyway, I digress a little bit. 1979, that's a long time. So much respect paid out to you for that one. Yeah, commentators were talking about how Crewe Alexandra are a decent side, even though they just got recently promoted from the fourth tier. They're a decent side, and it's showing right now. You're kind of a level ahead of Wimbledon right now. They've been one step ahead this entire game, unfortunately. But yeah, at first I thought Crewe Alexandra were like, oh, they just got recently promoted from the 4th division. They're not going to do that well. But they're a good side. They're a very good side. Well, not a very good side, but they're a good side. They're good enough to stay in the middle of the table. I'm not sure if they're going to contend with the likes of Peterborough and Hull and Sunderland. As I say this though, Longman was making a dangerous run, or that was Callum Riley. Making a dangerous run, couldn't really find anybody after that. Took one touch too many and got dispossessed. Man, this game has been depressing. Even in the games that Wimbledon don't play that well, they at least have a clear-cut chance or two. But not this time around. I'm just waiting for something to happen, guys. I'm not losing hope because, if I'm honest, I'm a good ball over to Palmer. Unfortunately, his first touch was a little bit too far ahead of him, and the defender was able to pick it out. But anyway, as I was saying, I am a bit of an optimistic person, at least in regards to football. In real life, I'm a realist. I'm not really a pessimist or an optimist, but in football, I'm an optimist. I like to look at the positives, but if nothing happens in the next couple minutes or so, I don't see Wimbledon coming back because they really have not been very potent at all whatsoever. So right now it's the 78th minute. Shidhant Sharma, thank you for coming along the stream. Welcome. 12 minutes left into the game. McLaughlin, oh man. McLaughlin was actually on the left-hand side. Okay, nice tackle to recover. He was on the left-hand side though, but what is it? I don't remember who that was, but there was somebody on the floor. It was I think it was Woodyard, either Woodyard or Hardigan, and he actually stopped the run from McLaughlin there. He tried to take a touch out wide, to touch it ahead of him to run onto it and put the cross into the box, but I think Hardigan was in the way there, so it kind of slowed him down. Kind of unfortunate there, but yeah, 79th minute now. 1-0 Crewe Alexandra. Ooh, coming in from India, nice to see. I know Wimbledon have a few worldwide fans. I know a couple of people from Brazil that like Wimbledon, but now one from India, so nice to see. Wimbledon, hopefully, someday, whenever they get promoted to the championship in 5 years, 6 years' time, hopefully, they'll gain a little bit more of a fan base. Because right now, their fan base is still very small. Very passionate fan base nonetheless, but small regardless. Small nonetheless, but small but passionate. Hopefully it'll grow in the future though when they do get promoted to the championship and dare I say the Premier League. Dare I say. Probably won't happen anytime soon if I'm honest, but one can only dream. One can only dream. California, United States of America. I am from the sunny area of Southern California. And why am I a Dons fan? Okay, I'm going to get into this for like the 5th or 6th time. Why am I a Dons fan if I'm from California? The story of how they got bought out and how they revamped their club. They rebuilt it from the ground up. Keep in mind, I probably wouldn't have found out about the story if it weren't for me playing FIFA 16 career mode, and they were the lowest ranked team in that game. I wanted to play as them, play on the hardest difficulty setting, and try to bring them up to the Premier League. And then I looked them up. I'm like, hey, let me follow them, and I found out about their story of how they got bought out by Milton Keynes Dons. I became a full-fledged fan. I was a follower at first, but then I became a fan after that. So I'm gonna say this story like, a bunch of times just for the new viewers coming in. The COVID situation is god awful out here. My God, we're in the purple zone right now, and we're on lockdown, at least temporarily. Yeah, Southern California is not fun. It's not fun at all. LA County, I don't live in LA County, but that one is very bad. I don't want to say where I live in exactly, but somewhere in Southern California. It's very bad over here. Oof. How's it over in India right now? Don's in the corner now. Come on. Come on, you Dons. Get in. Come on! Nightingale was wide open there, but he couldn't get his head on, he couldn't get his head over the ball there. That seemed to me like a clear-cut chance for him. And yeah, the commentators mentioned he had a chance like that at Gillingham, where he had a header. He had a chance at a header at the top of the six-yard box, and was not able to convert. That was sad. That was a clear-cut chance there for Wimbledon. That probably their first real chance of the game, if I'm honest with you guys. Nothing doing there. I don't know. After that one, dude, that sucks. Honestly, I feel for you. There are certain countries that have dealt with the coronavirus very well. Notably, China, who don't even they only have like a few cases every day now, like 2 or 3 new cases a day. They've really kept it under control. But other countries like US, Brazil, India, not so much. Yeah, it sucks. Hopefully we'll get a vaccine in a few months from now. There is a lot of progress in regards to a vaccine being made right now, so cross our fingers. We can only hope. Anyway, ball out wide to Callum Riley. Ollie Palmer holding the ball up, chesting it down to Chislett. Nice run there. No! No! Oh my God! It was a shot there coming in from Chislett, and then keeper rebounded it to the top of the box over to Steve Seddon, and Seddon, Oh, that was such a good block from the center back there. Seddon, didn't really have the entire goal to shoot at there because the keeper and the center back were in the way there, but that was the moment. Had he lifted that ball a little bit, like maybe hit it around the top part of the frame, or maybe even the right side of the frame, that one could have gone in easily. But that's what you like to see from the Dons. Volley! Oh, my God. All of a sudden, the Dons have woken up out of they pulled something out of nothing, it seemed, They seemed dead after like the 80th minute or so, but they just created a couple of chances there. All of a sudden, from nothing. Oh, my God. 2 clear-cut chances. One from Nightingale missing a header from the 6-yard box, and one from Steve Seddon. Damn, dude. That was it. That was it, guys. That was it. Oh. Sadness. The heavens have rained down upon Wimbledon. Ever since it started raining, Wimbledon started creating chances. It seems like that's going to be the solution for them. Just hope that it rains every game that they play. Oh, I forgot. You can make 4 substitutions now instead of 3 because of, I believe, because of the COVID regulations. So now Crewe Alexandra comes in. Their 4th substitution of the day. McLaughlin. Come on, Chislett. Come on, Riley. Oh, damn. Oh, that was Longman, actually. Sometimes, from a side view, sometimes I confuse Chislett and Longman, but yeah, it was a ball played over to Longman, a little bit too far behind him. Longman tried to turn to find a shot, but didn't find a shot. Played it over to Riley instead. Shot got blocked. Corner kick for Wimbledon. Come on, you Dons. 4 minutes left. Come on. Another punch out from the keeper there. Both of the corner kicks, they had 3 in the last 4 minutes or so. 2 of them went too close to the keeper. One of them was a clear-cut chance from Nightingale. This is what you like to see from the Dons. Maybe they can nick out an equalizer at the very end. There we go. Ollie Palmer drawing the foul. The tides have really turned. That was really fast. It went from Crewe Alexandra domination to all of a sudden Wimbledon are on the attack constantly and knocking on the door for the equalizer. Hopefully they can get it. Come on. Wimbledon have some life here. Come on, boys. 88th minute. Free kick on the right-hand side. You would like to have a Ben Hennigan on the end of this one, but you never know. Maybe Nightingale could have another chance at it. No. Another header one there from Crewe. Crewe Alexander, the 4th substitute of the game, trying to make his mark. Unfortunately, not able to find anybody. Damn. Tried to maybe find Longman there, but unfortunately couldn't do that. And yeah. Well, let's take a look at the other results for now, just to see if there are any good news for Wimbledon. Maybe there are. Okay, I guess if you're an advocate for Wimbledon staying in the league but not necessarily pushing for a top 8 finish, most of the top 10 teams are winning their games right now. Lincoln City 2-0 up, Doncaster 3-1 up, Charlton 2-1 up, Fleetwood 1-0 up, and Crewe 1-0 up. Yeah, Lincoln 3-0 against Northampton. Actually, not 2-0. They just scored again. But anyway, yeah, a lot of the top 10 teams are winning right now, and which is good for Wimbledon in regards to staying up and staying in League One. But, you know, I really thought that Wimbledon, had they continued playing the way they're playing, they could maybe have pushed for a top 7 finish. That's a bit of an optimistic look, though. But come on. Oh! Come on. That cross now. Ryan Longman! Ryan Longman! Get in! Come on! It was a cross in that that was intended for McLaughlin. McLaughlin couldn't get on the end of that one, but the ball went over to the back post to Ryan Longman. That was created out of nothing. Ryan Longman had his back to goal there, and it seemed like he wasn't really going to create anything there, but quick one-touch turn, finish into the bottom corner with his left foot. Beautiful. Beautifully done there from Ryan Longman. Let's fucking go. 1-1, ladies and gentlemen, at Plough Lane. Get in. Come on. Come on. That was created out of nothing, guys. I mean, I thought for sure if that ball would have gone to the back of the net, it would have come from the cross, the initial cross. And Ryan Longman actually threw himself at the header and like almost landed like on the top of his head there from the force, the sheer force and momentum that he threw in to that header attempt, but couldn't get on the end of it. And ball went over to the back post to Longman. One touch around the defender on his left foot. Easy far post finish. But now Wimbledon give it away. Because why not? Why not? I don't believe this. I really thought that we had this under control ever since that game against Doncaster, where we gave away 2 goals after going, 1-0 up, 2-1 up. Nightingale losing his mark. It was a ball into the box from the left-hand side. Knocked down, header one from one of the players, I don't know who. Easy knockdown, easy goal. Finney with the goal for Crewe Alexandra. Left wide open. Too easy. Too easy. The Non's nightmare continues, at least from a defensive standpoint. It's disappointing. It really is. Because after that Doncaster game, it seemed to me like they really had their defensive woes under control. Giveaway. Now it's a 3-on-5 opportunity for Crewe. Ball on the right hand side with what's his face, number 7, Daniel Powell. That's depressing. Now Chislett has it on the left-hand side, though. Hopefully we can create something out of this. Che Alexander on the right-hand side plays it over to Longman. Ryan Longman, Che Alexander. Come on! Ball over to Callum Riley. Callum Riley hits it over the bar there. This typical Wimbledon, really. That's all I have to say, really. I'm not upset. I'm not disappointed. I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I'm not furious. I'm disappointed. I'm crushed. Absolutely crushed. It's sad. Truly sad. I don't know. It's disbelief, really. Not really disbelief because, they've been here several times throughout the season. They go up or they equalize and then they concede not even 2 minutes later. It's depressing, man. It's depressing, but it's not frustrating. I mean, it is frustrating, but I'm not as frustrated as I should be because this has happened already several times. I'm not surprised, really. Looks to me like it's going to be the end of it. 10 seconds left. Connell Truman trying to find a ball as quickly as he can, but referee's going to blow the final whistle. It's going to be over. It's just, oh my God. Credit to Crewe Alexandra. They played their hearts out. They played a good game. If I'm honest, Wimbledon deserved to lose anyway. But, it's just sad. They could have at least come away with a point there. And considering that Crewe Alexandra were not even, they were just 2 or 3 places above them in the table. I don't know, man. It's depressing. It really is. They could have gotten a point. They deserved to lose, but they still could have gotten the point. Logan, I watched League One because I am an AFC Wimbledon supporter. I am a Womble for life. I still watch the Premier League and the Championship, but I am an AFC Wimbledon supporter because I've already explained this story many times. I played as them in FIFA 16 career mode because they were the lowest ranked team in the game, but then I followed them and I found out about their story, about how they got bought out, and then I became a fan, But anyway, that's why I watch League One. But it sucks, man. AFC Wimbledon, I thought for sure that they wouldn't, their nightmare wouldn't continue. Scoring a goal, conceding 2 minutes later. I thought that was over. I thought they already put that away. I thought they already put that under the rug, but it came out again. Their worst nightmare was just realized once again this time. Getting the equalizer in the 87th minute and then conceding a goal right after that. Very poor defending from Wimbledon. A header there that could have been won from, I don't remember if it was Chuka. I think it was Chuka on the header that wasn't able to win it. And then Nightingale losing his mark on the knockdown there from Finney, who made a run from the left mid, went all the way to the box, and easy tap in for him. Sadness. Luckily for Wimbledon, though, pretty much everybody in the bottom half of the table lost their games, so it's not going to be too bad for them, but any semblance of hope in regards to a top 8 finish for them, or top 7 finish for them, pretty much out the window right now after that game. So it's sad. It really is. Anyway, I don't really have much else to say. I think I've already expressed everything I needed to express. Very disappointing. Very disappointed in the team, really. It wasn't just that they conceded the goal at the very end. It was, the entire game. They didn't really build their momentum off the Sunderland game. That game they played on all cylinders. It seems to be like a common theme now for Wimbledon. They play well one game, and then the next game they just kind of fizzle out. So, disappointing, but that being said, I'm going to go watch some Premier League action now. It's going to be, who's playing in 30 minutes right now? Everton and Arsenal, okay. Crystal Palace lost to Liverpool 7-0 today. Man City 1-0 over Southampton. So I'm going to be watching Everton versus Arsenal. In terms of the championship as well, let's see. Yeah, the championship is fairly close. Norwich, though, have won their last 5. And it looks to me like they're going to get promoted. Let's see. Sheffield Wednesday getting a win over Coventry, even though Sheffield Wednesday, I think, is, bottom of the table? So, interesting. They won a game there. Swansea 2-0 over Barnsley. Swansea's a good side. I feel like they can make a push for promotion. I think it's going to be Norwich and Bournemouth getting promoted. I'm not just saying that because they're the top 2 teams in the league. And it's easy for me to say, but I've from the highlights I've watched and the couple times I've watched Bournemouth and Norwich play live, they're very strong. They're 2 very strong sides, and Bournemouth are a very good side in regards to offensive. Offensive play. They're very strong on the counter. They're also very strong whenever they do possess the ball. They have very good players in King, Stanislas, Cook, very good defender. They have a couple of good players that are very potent, both on offensive and defensive fronts. Swansea, too, are very good offensively. But they just, they couldn't get promoted last season as they lost to Brentford. I think it's going to be Norwich and Bournemouth getting auto-promoted. And I think it's actually going to be Swansea getting promoted this time in the playoffs in the championship. So, as for the EFL League One, who do I got in League One? Before I wrap up my stream here, who do I got League One getting promoted? I think it'll be Portsmouth and Doncaster getting auto-promoted. And then who's going to win the playoffs? I'm going to say Ipswich. I know that's a bit of a hot take, but I feel like Ipswich will pull it out in the playoffs, even though they had like a very dismal 2019-2020 campaign. I feel like they'll do enough to win the playoffs at least. But Portsmouth and Doncaster, I feel like, will be the two teams getting promoted instantly. But anyway, that being said, those are my predictions for League One and Championship. Premier League, I feel like it'll be who's going to win the title, Liverpool or Tottenham or Man City. I'm going to say Tottenham. I know that's a hot take, but I feel like if any year is going to be the year, I feel like this is the year for Tottenham. I know they lost to Liverpool last time out, even though they pretty much were the better side, but I feel like Tottenham will do enough to win the league. This is the year for them, and I feel like Tottenham players and Tottenham fans out there, Tottenham fans alike, will recognize that. And I feel like they're going to make the necessary adjustments whenever they do lose, and they're going to make it. They're going to make it. You know, their front three, Son, Kane, or their front two, Son and Kane, very dangerous. But under Mourinho, they've truly harnessed their full potential. Under Pochettino, they were good offensively, but defensively every now and again they would struggle. But under Mourinho, they already have, players like Son and Kane who are very dangerous on the offensive front. So just having that defensive shape under Mourinho was the final piece that they needed. So I feel like Tottenham will pull it out in the end. Those are my predictions, though, for the top three leagues in English football. That'll be it for today. AFC Wimbledon, garbage. They were terrible today. I don't want to be too harsh on them, but they were terrible. They didn't create really any chances, any clear-cut chances until the last 5 minutes of the game when it was too little too late. But it didn't have to be too little too late because they got the equalizer with Ryan Longman, but they gave away a shitty goal at the end. So that being said, I'm out of here. I'm rambling.